Okay, once you're situated at your workstation, just take the protective sleeve off of the airbrush casing. It does come with a nice little brochure. They go over things like troubleshooting, parts breakdown list, functions of the airbrush itself, how to clean the airbrush, and a couple tips on how to use it and practice and get familiar with airbrush and the functions of it. Set that aside here. Open your case. So Steenbeck does come with a quick disconnect installed on all their models as well. So that's one less thing you need to purchase. They also ship with this protective cover for your needle. This doesn't do anything except for protect your needle during shipping. They do come with a crown cap as well. This is typically the one used on there. These are very handy when you're spraying because you can clean the needle as you go. You don't have to take anything on and off in between, and it protects your needle as well. It also comes with the gold waste plate tool that you see here. Now this is for this waste plate, and it's mainly used when this end is too tight. Sometimes it'll get real snug on this O-ring and it'll be hard to loosen. So just put that in there and give it a little turn and it'll come loose right away. Let me set this aside and we'll break this thing down a little bit. I like to start with the quick fix end piece. That way I can access the needle. I'll screw that off. Next I'll take off the end plate, which will expose the needle clamping nut. This is what actually holds your needle into place. So when it's tight, that will make your needle go back and forth. And once you loosen it, the needle won't do anything at all. I'll take this off here. Now some people like to move the needle through the back of the body. I prefer with a Steenbeck model to move it through the front. That way only paint goes from here to here and out instead of back into the body. And they make it real easy because the nozzle doesn't thread on. It just seats into the place of the air cap. So I'll start with removing the air cap, protective air cap, crown cap I mean. Then I'll remove the air cap, which has the nozzle sitting inside of it, like so. It makes it very easy to clean and inspect as well. And now I can pull the needle through the front and also not damage the front of the needle while I do so. Okay, there you go. Now I'll go ahead and remove the cup. I'll go ahead and move to the back now and remove the needle tension adjusting screw. You can adjust this back and forth a little bit and it will adjust the tension and pressure on your needle while you're working, depending where you like to have it set at. You don't necessarily have to take this off all the time. It will come off with the gold waste plate, but I'm just breaking the whole thing down for you. That way you see everything involved in here. There's the needle spring. There's the needle chuck itself. Next, the gold waste plate. And now that the needle is out and the gold waste plate is off, you can pull the trigger out. It just kind of sits in there. The needle pretty much holds it all into place. Now, unless you want to remove the air valve, which you typically don't have to do unless you need to service it, the only other thing you might need to do is get to that seal inside the body there. There's a little screw holding that in, and you would use Steenbeck's tool like this to get that out. It's perfectly designed to fit the diameter of that seal and snug with that little needle seal. So I'll go ahead and pull that out too. As you can see here, the seal is sitting inside this little screw. I'll just leave that back on. Take it off real quick and show you. If I was installing it, I would put it back on the tool, snap it into place. It's more like a flathead screwdriver with this pin on the end. That way it holds the seal and the screw itself. And that's pretty much it. It's already broken down. It didn't take long at all. So I'll just go ahead and put it back together. I like to go in, I go counterclockwise till I feel a little bit of click, and then I start clockwise until it's just hand tight. You don't want to super or over tighten it. You just want it hand tight. That's all it needs to be. I'll go ahead and put my cup back on. I'll proceed with the air cap and nozzle. I like to put this on before the needle. That way I know when to stop when I actually do put the needle inside. Put the protective cap back on. Now I'll move on to the trigger. The trigger just sits in here. Nothing too special. Flat part goes up front there. Now I do want to tell you that little gold piece inside there, it does need to seat with the bottom of the body, not above it. Like so. If it's up here, then your needle chuck and everything is not going to line up properly. So make sure that's sitting down there. Give it a little push on the bottom. I like to kind of put all this together at once. So I'll take my needle chuck and my needle spring, put that back on. I like to put it in the body like so. Just reinstall that hand tight. Now grab your needle tension adjusting screw. Put that back in all the way, or wherever your settings prefer. Make sure your trigger's functioning nice and feels good and smooth. I'd move on to the needle. Press down on the trigger sometimes. The needle might be in the way. Be very careful with this part. Now you can reinstall the needle clamping nut. End piece handle will go back on. And then your little end piece quick fix. Let me tell you about this piece a little bit. This will help you adjust your needle and stop point for when you're doing more finer details. But it also comes in and out with no other adjustments needed. You just press it in like so, wherever your setting might be, and it will stop right here. Or you can adjust it and dial it back some more, and the needle will go back a little further, like so. And that's pretty much it. If you do this a couple of times, you'll be real familiar with your airbrush, and there'll be nothing to it and nothing intimidating. And it's not going to give you any problems once you get to know and figure out how to use this thing. And don't be scared of it. I want to show you a few other accessories as well. Obviously, you've already seen the tool to remove the needle seal. They also make this little tool to clean your nozzle out with a couple various brushes there of different sizes. There's a little sharp edge inside there that'll you'll be able to get inside that nozzle a little bit better, but do be careful, they are pretty soft. In case you ever lose your little waste plate tool, they do sell that separately as well. And then just another pack or two of these cleaning brushes. Come in handy in different sizes, shapes, as well as this two-piece, mainly used for your nozzle, airhead, cup area. They do have one other little tool that's a whole service kit. It comes in a nice little black pouch. Take it out real quick and show you what's in there. Pretty much some of the other things, just a nice little better kit for it. A nice little bag you might want to set everything on while you're working on the airbrush. Typically it comes with this nozzles tool again, the seal tool, couple brushes, and then this little yellow piece. This is for like mixing paint in your cup or creating back pressure for cleaning as well. So you pick that up with us as well. And that's pretty much it. I hope that helped you guys out a little bit. You know where to find everything, spraygunner.com. We have pretty much everything for these airbrushes, every single model, all the parts you might need, every accessory. And thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Hope this helped you guys out some. Email us, call us with any questions you might have. We'll be happy to help you out. Thanks again, guys. Bye.